kids! Welcome to Teacher Beth's Class TV. Today, we're going to discuss about traditional Filipino games. In this lesson, you will be able to classify Filipino traditional games into target, invasion, fielding, and striking games. And today, we will focus on target games. Are you ready? Traditional Filipino games. Traditional Filipino games or laro ng Pinoy in the Philippines, also known as laro ng lahi, are games commonly played by Filipino children, usually using native materials or instruments. Traditional Filipino games can be classified into several categories based on their mechanics and objectives. Each classification helps highlight the different skills and strategies involved in Filipino traditional games. Traditional Filipino games can be classified into target games, fielding and striking games, and invasion games. As I've said earlier, we're going to focus today on target games. Target game. Target games are games where the main goal is to hit, send, or aim at a specific target. They can be played individually. It means one person aiming at a goal, or in teams, which means working together to achieve the target. Target games are either played indoor or outdoor. Indoor target games are being played inside the house and can be played in a small place, like chess and dart. While outdoor target games are being played outside the house, which needs a wide place, like ball games and net games. Target game can be unopposed, which means no one blocking you, or opposed, which means someone defending. Playing target games help players improve and develop certain manipulative skills like throwing and abilities such as agility and hand-eye coordination. Playing target games can also develop one's ability to formulate strategies like how to avoid specific obstacles. Here are some examples of traditional Filipino target games. Sipa. Sipa is both the name of the game and the object used to play it. The word sipa means kick in Filipino. The game is about kicking a small object to keep it in the air as long as possible without letting it fall to the ground. Objective. Kick the sipa repeatedly and keep it in the air. The more kicks you make, the better. Materials needed. Sipa, a small object usually made from a metal washer or ring with colorful straw, rattan, or plastic strips attached. You may also use a small shuttlecock or improvised object. Number of players can be played alone or with friends taking turns. Rules and how to play. 1. Prepare the sipa. Hold the sipa in your hand and drop it in front of you. 2. Start kicking. Kick the sipa upward using the inside of your foot. Your goal is to keep it from touching the ground. 3. Count your kicks. Each successful kick counts as 1 point. If the sipa drops, your turn ends. And 4. Winning the game. The player with the most kicks wins. These are some tips. Stand on flat ground for safety. Practice gentle, controlled kicks. Play with friends to make it more fun and competitive. Tumbang preso. Tumbang preso means Knocking down the prisoner. It is a traditional Filipino street game where players try to hit and knock down a tin can using slippers while avoiding being tagged by the it or guard. Objective: knock down the can while avoiding being tagged by the guard. Materials needed: 1 empty tin can or lata, 1 slipper. Each player must have one. And open playing area. Number of players: 3 or more players. The more exciting. Rules and how to play. 1. Set up. Place the can in the middle of the playing area. Choose one player as the it or the guard who will stand near the can. 2. Start the game. Players take turns throwing their slippers to knock down the can. If the can falls, players must quickly retrieve their slippers and return to the throwing line. 3. Role of the guard. The guard's job is to put the can back right as quickly as possible. After placing the can back, the guard can try to tag the players before they reach the safety line. And 4. Winning and switching roles. If a player is tagged while trying to get their slipper, they become the new it. If all players manage to knock the can and stay safe, the same guard stays it for the next round. Tips to win the game. Throw the slipper carefully to hit the can. Run fast to retrieve your slipper before the guard can tag you. Work together with other players to distract the guard. Holen. Holen is a Filipino traditional game played with small glass marbles. The goal is to hit your opponent's marbles and win them. Objective: hit your opponent's marbles using your own marble and collect as many marbles as possible. Materials needed: several glass marbles or holen. Each player must have their own. Flat, open playing ground, or dirt or concrete works best. Number of players: 2 or more players. Rules and how to play. 1. Draw the circle. Draw a small circle on the ground about 1 to 2 feet wide. Place an agreed number of marbles inside the circle. 2. Decide who goes first. Players usually do this by tossing marbles toward a line. The one closest to the line goes first. 3. Start shooting. Players take turns flicking their marble using their thumb, called pagtutukod or pagpitik. The goal is to hit and knock marbles out of the circle. 4. Collect marbles. Each marble you knock out is yours to keep. If you miss, it's the next player's turn. And 5. Winning the game. The game ends when all marbles are out of the circle. The player with the most marbles wins. These are some tips to win. Practice your flicking technique for better aim. Choose a flat surface so the marbles roll smoothly. Agree on the number of marbles to bet before starting to avoid arguments. Trumpo. Trumpo is a traditional Filipino game played with a wooden top that is spun using a string. The goal is to make your trumpo spin the longest or hit other players' trumpo. Objectives: spin your trumpo and either make it spin longer than others or hit opponent's trumpo to knock them out of a circle, depending on the variation of the game. Materials needed: trumpo, a cone-shaped wooden top with a pointed metal nail at the bottom, a string, usually about 1 meter long, tied around the top of the trumpo. Number of players: 2 or more players. Rules and how to play. 1. Prepare the trumpo. Wrap the string around the trumpo, starting from the tip and winding upward. 2. Throw and spin. Throw the trumpo to the ground while pulling the string back to make it spin. 3. Game variations. Longest spin wins. The player whose trumpo spins the longest is the winner. Knockout game. Players spin their trumpo inside a circle and try to hit other trumpos to knock them out. And 4. Collecting points. Players may agree on a scoring system such as 1 point for knocking out a trumpo. Tips to win the game. Practice wrapping the string tightly for a strong spin. Play on smooth, hard ground so the trumpo spins longer. Stay clear of flying trumpos to avoid injury. Pico. Pico is the Filipino version of hopscotch. Players hop on one foot inside a drawn diagram on the ground and throw a small marker or pamato into the correct boxes without stepping on lines. Objective. Complete the entire Pico diagram by hopping through all the boxes and retrieving your marker or pamato without losing balance or stepping on a line. Materials needed. Pico diagram drawn on the ground, usually with chalk, charcoal, or stick. Pamato, a small flat stone or object used as a marker. Number of players, 2 or more players. Rules and how to play. 1. Draw the pico. Make a series of numbered squares, usually 6 to 10, in a hopscotch pattern. 2. Throw the pamato. Toss the pamato into the first square without letting it bounce outside or touch the lines. 3. Hop through the diagram. Hop on one foot through the squares, skipping the one with the pamato. Pick up the pamato on your way back while still hopping, then hop back to the start. 4. Next turns. Repeat the process for the next numbered square until you complete the whole diagram. 5. Losing a turn. A turn is lost if the pamato lands outside the correct square or on a line. The player steps on the line or loses balance. And 6. Winning the game. The first player to complete all squares is the winner. Tips to win Pico. Use a flat, smooth surface for the diagram so you can hop safely. Throw the pamato gently for better aim. Keep your balance by spreading your arms while hopping. Pukpok Palayok. Pukpok Palayok is a Filipino traditional game where a blindfolded player uses a stick to hit and break a hanging clay pot or the palayok that contains candies, coins, or small toys. Objective: break the clay pot by hitting it with a stick while blindfolded. Materials needed: palayok or clay pot or plastic container. Goodies inside like candies, coins, or toys. Stick or bat for hitting. Blindfold. Rope to hang the palayok. Number of players: 3 or more players. Each takes a turn. Rules and how to play. 1. Prepare the palayok. Fill the pot with goodies and hang it securely using a rope slightly above the player's reach. 2. Blindfold the player. Cover the eyes of the first player and spin them around a few times to make it more challenging. 3. Start hitting. Give the player a stick. Other players or spectators shout directions like left, right, swing to help them locate the pot. 4. Breaking the pot. The goal is to hit the palayok until it breaks and the goodies fall to the ground. And 5. Collecting the prize. Once the pot breaks, everyone rushes to collect the goodies. The next player gets their turn with a new pot, if available, or the game ends after the pot is broken. Safety tips in playing the game. Make sure there's enough space around the player to avoid hitting others. Use a safe, lightweight stick. Supervise children closely while playing. Touching. Touching or Filipino coin flicking game is a Filipino traditional game where players flick coins or small flat objects toward a line, hole, or goal. The player whose coin lands closest or inside the target wins. Objective: flick your coin so that it lands closest to the target line or inside the target hole. Materials needed: coins or small flat objects like bottle caps can also be used. A flat playing surface or ground or pavement. A line or small hole marked as the target. Number of players: 2 or more players. Rules and how to play. 1. Mark the target. Draw a line or dig a small hole on the ground as the target. 2. Decide who goes first. Players may flip a coin or toss their coins toward the line. The one closest to the line starts. 3. Take turns flicking. Players take turns flicking, called touching or pitik, their coins with their thumb. The goal is to get your coin as close as possible to the line or inside the hole. And number 4, winning the round. The player whose coin is closest to the target or inside the hole wins that round and may collect coins if playing with bets. Tips in winning the game. Aim carefully and control the strength of your flick. Play on a smooth surface so the coins slide or land properly. Agree on rules before starting. How many rounds, what counts as closest, and others. Luksong baka. Luksong baka means jump over the cow. It is a traditional Filipino game where players jump over a crouching player or the baka or cow. Objective: jump over the baka without touching him. Materials needed: open, flat space or playground or yard, and no special equipment needed. Number of players: at least 3 players. More players make it more fun. Rules and how to play. 1. Choose the baka. One player becomes the baka and crouches on the ground. 2. Start jumping. Each player takes turns jumping over the baka. The goal is to clear the baka without touching him. 3. Raise the difficulty. After everyone has successfully jumped, the baka slowly raises his position from crouching low to standing higher. Players must jump over the new higher level. 4. Getting out. If a player touches the baka or fails to jump over, they become the new baka. And 5. Winning the game. The last player who successfully jumps over the highest baka is considered the winner. Safety tips in playing the luksong baka. Play on soft ground to avoid injuries. Make sure the baka is stable and safe before each jump. Players should be careful not to land on the baka. Luksong tinik. Luksong tinik means jump over the thorns. It is a game where players jump over tinik or thorns made by the hands and feet of 2 players. Objective: jump over the tinik without touching him. Materials needed: open, flat space, or playground or yard, and no special equipment needed. Number of players: minimum of 4 players, 2 as tinik or 2 or more as jumpers. Rules and how to play. 1. Form the tinik. Two players sit facing each other on the ground. They place their right hands on top of each other's to form the first tinik. 2. Start jumping. The other players take turns jumping over the tinik without touching it. 3. Raise the tinik. After each successful round, the tinik gets higher by adding the left hand, then feet, then stacking hands or feet higher. 4. Getting out. If a player's foot or body touches the tinik while jumping, that player is out. And 5. Winning the game. The last player who successfully jumps over the highest tinik is the winner. Safety tips in playing the luksong tinik. Make sure there is enough space for safe jumping and landing. Players forming the tinik must stay still to avoid accidents. Jumpers should bend their knees slightly when landing to avoid injury. Palo Sebo. Palo Sebo is a popular Filipino traditional game often played during town fiestas and special celebrations. Objective: climb a tall greased bamboo pole and be the first to get the prize at the top. Materials needed: a long, sturdy bamboo pole about 10 to 15 feet tall. Grease or oil to make the pole slippery. Traditionally, they use lard. A small prize such as money, toys, or food placed at the top of the pole. Number of players usually played individually, but several players can compete one at a time. Rules and how to play. 1. Prepare the pole. Stand the bamboo pole upright and secure it in the ground. Cover it with grease or oil to make climbing difficult. 2. Line up the players. Players take turns climbing the pole. Some games allow teamwork or players form a human ladder to help each other. 3. Start climbing. When it's your turn, climb the pole using your arms and legs. The challenge is to grip tightly despite the slippery surface. And 4. Reach the top. The player who successfully reaches the top and drops prize wins. If no one reaches the top after several attempts, organizers may wipe off some grease to make it easier. Safety tips in playing the Palo Sebo. Make sure the bamboo pole is well secured so it doesn't fall. Have spotters or soft ground like grass or sand below to prevent injuries. Avoid playing when it's rainy or the ground is slippery. Batuhang Bola. Batuhang Bola is the Filipino version of dodgeball. It is a team game where players try to hit members of the opposing team with a ball to get them out. Objective: hit all players of the opposing team with the ball to eliminate them and win the game. Materials needed: a soft rubber ball and open playing space. Number of players: usually 6 to 10 players per team, but can be adjusted depending on class size. Rules and how to play. 1. Form two teams. Divide players into two teams of equal number. Choose one team to stay inside the playing area first, and the other team stays outside as throwers. 2. Start the game. The throwers try to hit the players inside the playing area using the ball. 3. How to get out. A player inside is considered out if the ball hits any part of their body. They catch the ball but drop it. 4. Switching roles. Once all inside players are hit and eliminated, teams switch roles. 5. Winning the game. The team with the fastest time to eliminate all players inside the area wins. Safety tips when playing Batuhang Bola. Use a soft ball to avoid injuries. Do not aim for the head or face. Make sure the playing area is clear of obstacles. Chinese Garter. Chinese garter is a traditional Filipino game where players jump over a long elastic garter that is gradually raised to increase difficulty. Objective: successfully jump over the garter at different heights without tripping or touching it. Materials needed: a long elastic garter about 3 to 5 meters long. Open, flat playing space. Number of players: minimum of 3 players, 2 holders, and at least 1 jumper. Rules and how to play. 1. Set up the garter. 2 players stand facing each other, holding the garter stretched tight. At first, the garter is placed low or at the ankle level. 2. Start jumping. The jumper tries to cross over the garter using a variety of jumps. Simple jump means both feet together. Scissor jump, which means one leg first, then the other. And straddle jump means split legs over the garter. 3. Raise the garter. After a successful jump, raise the garter higher from ankles, knees, waist, chest, head level. 4. Getting out. A jumper is out if they step on or tangle the garter and fail to cross successfully. And 5. Winning the game. The jumper who can cross the highest level without failing is the winner. Tips to play Chinese garter. Use a soft surface like grass for safe landing. Hold the garter firmly to avoid accidents. Stretch before playing to avoid muscle strain. Once again, these are some of the traditional Filipino target games. Sipa, tumbang preso, holen, pukpuk palayok, piko, luksong tinik, touching, luksong baka, trumpo, batuhang bola, Chinese garter, and palo sebo. Look at the picture carefully and write the name of the Filipino traditional target game being shown. You may also write your answer on your notebook. For numbers 1 to 6. Let's check your answers. 1. Luksong baka. 2. Piko. 3. Pukpok palayok. 4. Luksong tinik. 5. Sipa. 6. Holen. And for numbers 7 to 12. Let's check your answers. 7. Batuhang bola. 8. Trumpo. 9. Palo sebo. 10. Chinese garter. 11. Tumbang preso. And 12. Touching. Identify the traditional Filipino target game being described. You may also write your answer on your notebook. For numbers 1 to 5. Let's check your answers. 1. It is a traditional Filipino game where players jump over a long elastic garter that is gradually raised to increase difficulty. Chinese garter. 2. It is the Filipino version of dodgeball, batuhang bola. 3. It is a popular Filipino traditional game often played during town fiestas to climb a tall greased bamboo pole and be the first to get the prize at the top. Palo Sebo. 4. It is a game where players jump over, made by the hands and feet of two players. Luksong Tinik. 5. It is a traditional Filipino game where players jump over a crouching player. Luksong Baka. And for numbers 6 to 10. Let's check your answers. 6. It is a Filipino traditional game where players flick coins or small flat objects toward a line, hole, or goal. Touching. 7. The game is about kicking a small object to keep it in the air as long as possible without letting it fall to the ground. Sipa. 8. It is a traditional Filipino street game where players try to hit and knock down a tin can using sleepers. Tumbang Preso. 9. It is a Filipino traditional game where a blindfolded player uses a stick to hit and break a hanging clay pot. Pukpok Palayok. And 10. It is a traditional Filipino game played with a wooden top that is spun using a string. Trumpo. Please watch the second part of our video lesson focused on invasion and fielding and striking games.
Thank you for joining me. Let's learn, play, and grow together. Teacher Beth Class TV. Subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.